going to move on to agenda item number 16, is an ordinance to rescind O-60-05, the correct number. That was the proposed establishment of the SSA service area. This is a motion to rescind that.
So moved.
We have a motion by Steinbach. Is there a second? Second. A second by Doolin. Any discussion?
Your Honor,
Commissioner Holstein.
I just want to point out that we should be cautious in the rescinding of this and give the business or the landowners on 19th Street an opportunity to really review what the best way forward is for them. My understanding is the SSA allows the property owners a tax deduction on their federal taxes by paying in, and if we go with an SAA, is that the proper
Special assessment.
special assessment, that it is not deductible?
Correct.
And with our current budgetary limitations, if we are going to construct Industrial Drive, it will be more of a burden on that area with less tax benefit. I would caution us from rescinding this and give them time to review that, potentially get their 50+1 signatures to rescind it on their own, but with the understanding that if they back the village literally into a corner, it could be at their own peril in expense.
Commissioner, one of the reasons that I'm making a recommendation to rescind it rather than giving the property owners the opportunity to come in with 50+1%, because if in fact that initiative was to come forward, then the whole SSA issue is essentially dead for 2 years. Can't bring it back up again. By rescinding this, we certainly could take the opportunity then to collaborate with the business owners on that street, and perhaps maybe, through cooperation between the village and those business owners, come back with a proposed SSA. So we leave the door open this way by rescinding it. There's no real harm caused. Any further discussion?
Mayor.
Commissioner Doolin.
Yeah, I wasn't here on the night of the hearing. I do apologize for that. Obviously, street reconstruction falls under streets and public improvements, and I think that it's pretty clear, even based on our own, the process that one should follow is that I think that we didn't follow the established process of trying to get the property owners on board, and there's no single individual to blame for that. I think it was just kind of a new thing for us, and the 2-year window being closed, I think is probably the biggest benefit of taking this out and then kind of regrouping. We didn't try to sell it to the property owners, and to that extent, I do think it should be rescinded, and perhaps we can work something out with the property owners to make it mutually beneficial. So
I'm in support of rescinding it, but I don't want to walk away, commissioners, with the feeling that the village necessarily didn't do something that it could have done, because really it's subjective. In a lot of new growth communities, for instance, SSAs are established for residential subdivisions before the property owners, the people that are going to own homes, even exist. They'll establish SSAs without the approval, if you will, of those homeowners, particularly in those new subdivisions where there's going to be new roads that are, at least in the beginning, under private ownership and not maintained by the village. And they'll create SSAs only if, in the event that those subdivisions should fail to maintain their roads, then the village can step in and tax those property owners for the maintenance of that. So, there's no clear, proven way in which to approach the SSA with property owners. Certainly, we can try something different, and I think by rescinding this, that gives us the ability to go back in there and try a different approach. Based on the hearing that we had, it sounded like most of the property owners don't want to pay regardless. We could go and wine and dine them, and they may not want to pay for it, and that's kind of what the SSA is all about. But at least this gives us the ability to go back and we could try something different. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. They certainly, I think the property owners want the village to flip the entire bill. And, we'll deal with that at another time, if it is so your pleasure to rescind the ordinance. Madam Clerk, you want to call the roll?
Sure. Commissioner Gillen?
Yes.
Commissioner Hosting?
No.
Commissioner Doolin?
Aye.
Commissioner Steinbach? Aye. Mayor Calderon?
Aye.
It's ordinance 06005.
That should be...
I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay, that motion is approved and so ordered, and...
71.
71?
071.
071. Is that right? 69.